What's up, everybody? Wanted to make a quick video for you today about plantar fasciitis and what's really going on in the body whenever somebody has this condition. So this diagram right here is from the Foot and Ankle Pain Bible. It's on Amazon if you want to pick it up. This is one of the reasons why plantar fasciitis is so elusive, where the people that come and see me, they have been with practitioners for close to 8 to 9 months and it never gets resolved. Okay, and the reason being is because plantar fasciitis is a symptom, not a problem. Okay, say it with me again. Plantar fasciitis is a symptom, it's not a problem. All right. So when we are looking at what's going on with plantar fasciitis, okay, we are looking at a fascial issue. First, we're looking at the fascia of the glute getting tight. Okay. Then when the fascia of the glute gets tight, what ends up happening is, you see how the hamstrings get tucked underneath the glute? Well, if you put enough pressure on this guy, what ends up happening is you start putting pressure on the hamstring tendon, okay, that's going underneath the glute, connecting the hamstring with your erector spinae. And when that pressure gets big enough on that hamstring tendon, the body is told that the hamstring is tight, okay? So the fascia of the hamstring may develop trigger points, okay? But the main thing is that it starts shortening its length even more, pulling on the calf now. Okay, well, what's the big deal about that? Okay, let's go down a little bit further. Well, when the fascia of the calf starts to get choked off, okay, as we see right here, okay, what ends up happening is the calf getting tight and pulling on the tissue of the bottom of your feet is what creates your plantar fasciitis. Okay, so this is the end of the road. There's nothing else below this, right? And you can see, okay, calf muscle, gastroc, soleus going down into the Achilles. Achilles goes into the heel. All right, and you see this fascia right here. That's a continuity line going right into the bottom of the foot. All right, so for me, and the way that I get rid of plantar fasciitis so quickly is because plantar fasciitis starts at the hip, okay? It does not start in the foot. It's not a problem of the foot. It's a symptom of a tight posterior kinetic chain. All right, so we go to sleep and what ends up happening is these arrows, all of this tissue is pulling on the foot continuously, okay? Leaving it in a plantar flexed state while you sleep. So when you stand up and start walking around, all of this tissue that has been contracted for such a long period of time, 5, 6, 8 hours, okay? All of this tissue that's been contracted for such a long period of time is now forced to extend. And it doesn't want to. It can't in some cases because of how tight the tissue is. All right? So what I'm gonna go through right now is a very quick explanation on the mobility exercises that you need to do in order to get this better. So the first thing that you're going to do, let's say I have plantar fasciitis on my right foot. The first thing that we're going to want to do, lacrosse ball is going to go into the glute minimus. So we're laying on our side, opening up that glute minimus, okay? And when you hit it, you're going to know, because it is going to send a whole bunch of pain right where the ball is, but also down into the thigh, maybe sometimes even to the outer calf, okay? The second thing that you're going to want to do, you can do a combination of hitting the glute medius this way okay? Or you can also get on that glute max. Just stir the pot, okay? Everything in your butt, all right, in that butt cheek, you want to get in there and loosen it up. This right here should take about 4 to 6 minutes, okay? Doing the glute minimus, the glute medius, and the glute maximus, you're looking at the bare minimum of 2 minutes on each muscle, all right? If you work on it for between 6 to 8 minutes, that's even better, all right? So that's really important. So that's number one. When we get done with that, what do we want to do? Do we want to go straight to the hamstring and open it up? No, all right? Now what we can do is what I really love, one of my favorite glute stretches, 75, 90, 120. So you're going to make sure that your leg is roughly, your lower leg is roughly at about 75 degrees. For those of you out there that have your protractor out right now and you're like, that's not 75 degrees, Chris. Well, close enough. So what we want to do is we want to take a nice deep breath, exhale, and we'll get our head down to our foot. We don't want to stretch this way, not doing anything, okay? We're coming down to the foot. And you want to do about 12 to 15 of those repetitions. Number two, we're going to get that leg out at about 90 degrees, okay? And we're going to stretch that glute again. We want to get the head all the way down, okay, to the foot. And then the last one, which is going to show you really how tight you are, okay, and how many problems you got back there, is going to be 120. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. We want to exhale, and we want to get the head down as close to the heel as possible. You're not going to get it all the way down to the foot. If you are, you're a gymnast, or you're probably a ballerina or a dancer or something like that. So get that head down as low as you can towards the heel. Now we've pressured the glute and we've stretched it to open up the grip that it has on that tendon of the hamstring. So what we want to do second now is we're going to get on something where our foot is not going to be touching the ground. Using my massage table here, you want to get a baseball or a softball sized mobility ball, and now we want to smash the living daylights out of that hamstring, okay? And you can even turn to the side a little bit and get into the adductor, all right? Pretty much everybody's adductor's tight. It's a sleeper muscle. Not too many people are really paying attention to it. Very, very important muscle too, especially if you have knee pain, okay? If you have a little bit of knee pain, got to get in there and open this sucker up almost on the daily, all right? But we want to do the hamstring for, once again, around 3-4 minutes, all right? Just keep on moving around. You got something tight, tender, or sore in there, or something stuck, start to extend the knee, all right? While you're pressurizing that sucker, ripping those fascia layers apart, okay? Get them soft and meshy, get them lubricated like that, okay? And keep on working all over that hamstring for around 2 to 3 minutes on the minimum, okay? To 4 to 6 minutes on the high side, all right? Somewhere around there, that's what you're looking for. So we did, let's say, our 4.5 minutes. What's a really great hamstring stretch? Well, you don't necessarily want to do a hamstring stretch in this case. You can, but I'm going to show you something a little bit better, okay? And what you're going to do is whatever you are using to roll out, sometimes I like to do this on the back of a couch if you're at home, okay? You are going to go ahead, get your leg up here, all right? Take a nice deep breath, and we're going to come down towards the foot once again. On the way out, we're going to extend the leg. We're going to jump back. Now I'm going to take another deep breath, extend. Okay, my head comes down, and you see how I'm now starting to pull my leg out again. Take a nice deep breath, exhale, come down to the foot, and now I'm extending again. That is working on not only the hamstring, but it's also working on the hip at the same time as well. So we have a little bit of a dichotomy going on there because it's the hip and the hamstring, one is going to influence the other. So to sit back and just stretch the hamstring, you're not really working with what's true, with what's mechanistically true in the human body. So that's what you want to do. All right, we hit the hamstring now. We are going to go back on the ground. You're gonna grab your lacrosse ball and you want a yoga block, okay? And what we're gonna do from here is we are going to work on that calf now, all right? So yoga block, lacrosse ball on top. Look at the orientation of my foot. My foot is completely relaxed, all right? We don't want to be here rolling out the calf because now that's tensile steel, okay? That fascia is way too tight. You're never going to be able to get in there and open anything up, all right? And we are looking to go right in between the two heads of that gastroc. And same thing here, okay? We can pump it up and down. If we're pinning it down, forcing the fascia to break up and slide between the layers of where that ball is penetrating, okay? And then we can start rolling up and down, relaxing the foot, okay? Now, I hope you guys are starting to see and understand how complex a lot of this stuff really gets, okay? I saw another post yesterday, a guy by the name of Ben Yanes, I think, on the Explorer part of the search portion, and you know, this guy's like, throw out your foam roller because it doesn't work. You're just better off going for a walk. Well, if movement creates dysfunction and adhesions, and I have adhesions and dysfunction in my body, how is moving more going to be able to correct it, okay? Functional patterns will do some of that, but even they, in their 10-week course, first force you to work on opening up your fascia with things like lacrosse balls and medicine balls, and then also the back buddy. So even in their course, as much as they are for movement to help restructure the body, which I'm all for as well, they're even advocating pressure as a starting point, okay? And they have some very impressive results as well. So this is what you guys are looking at. Once again, 2 minutes. Do we do the bare minimum? No, right? We want to go around 3, maybe even 4. Keep on relaxing the foot, getting the tissue nice and warmed up. Okay, and then when you get done with that, you can do something super simple, putting the foot on the yoga block, stepping forward in order to stretch that calf muscle. Then, and only then, are you ready to work on the symptom, the actual problem that you feel going on in the foot, okay? Which is the foot itself, or the plantar fascia. So what do we want to do? We're just gonna get the foot on the ball. You can also use a barbell. If you dare, go ahead and get a golf ball, okay? And roll on the bottom of your foot and just start mashing that tissue. Give it some love, okay? Release all the stress that's been created by that contracted posterior chain, all the fascia getting pulled up towards the hip, creating that pain, making you sleep, okay, in a plantar flexed position and whatnot. And then you're good to go. And what you want to do is you want to do this program probably every other day, okay? I would probably say do it 1 or 2 times the first day, okay? Let's say a Monday or something like that. Tuesday, probably take off. Maybe just do a little bit of footwork, okay? Something like that with the ball. And then Wednesday, you would do the entire program again 1 time, all right? And then you just go on as your body sees fit. Be smart. If something's way too sore, don't apply any pressure on it that day. Maybe do a little bit of light stretching, some yogic stuff, some fascia maneuvers, anything like that. Or you can hop on something like a recumbent bike or, you know, an Airdyne, something like that, where you're not putting a whole lot of pressure on the posterior chain, like if you're squatting or deadlifting heavy or sprinting, okay, something like that, which is going to irritate you. But I believe that's all I got for you guys today. That is the map of plantar fasciitis right there. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.